The First Blackfyre Rebellion was not a sudden uprising. It was the slow, deliberate collapse of trust inside House Targaryen. Long after the dragons were gone, and long after the Dance of the Dragons had ended, Westeros was torn apart again. Not by monsters or magic, but by inheritance, resentment, and symbols. At the centre of it all was Daemon Blackfyre, a legitimised bastard with the look of a conqueror, and a sword that many believed made him king. To understand how the rebellion began, we need to start with the man who caused it. Hello everyone, and welcome to Storyteller's Codex. Here we delve deep into the rich lore of the Lord of the Rings, a song of ice and fire, and the vast worlds beyond. On this channel, we blend the soothing power of cutting-edge technology with the timeless knowledge of dedicated storytellers. That's us, the voices behind the Codex. Settle in, relax, and enjoy. King Aegon IV, remembered as Aegon the Unworthy, was not merely a bad king, he was a destructive one. He ruled through spite, indulgence, and cruelty. He deliberately undermined his own court, humiliated loyal servants, and rewarded enemies simply to cause division. Most importantly, Aegon despised his lawful son, Prince Daeron. He surrounded himself with mistresses and openly favoured his bastards, raising them high and pitting them against one another. By the time Aegon IV lay dying, the realm was already poisoned. All that remained was for him to make one final catastrophic decision. Daemon Waters was born to Aegon IV and Mylesa Rivers. From an early age he stood out. He was tall, powerful, charismatic, and uncannily resembled Aegon the Conqueror himself. Knights admired him, lords whispered about him, songs were written about him. But the defining moment of his life came when Aegon IV gifted him Blackfyre, the ancestral sword of House Targaryen. This was not just a weapon. Blackfyre had passed from king to king since Aegon the Conqueror. In Westeros, symbols matter, and no symbol mattered more than that blade. From that moment on, many began to see Daemon not as a bastard, but as a king waiting to happen. On his deathbed, Aegon IV committed his final act of sabotage. He issued a royal decree legitimising all of his bastards. This included Daemon Waters, who became Daemon Blackfyre, as well as Aegon Rivers, Brynden Rivers, and others. Legally, Daeron II remained the rightful king, but politically chaos was unleashed. Suddenly, powerful men across the realm had a choice. Law pointed one way, symbols and sentiment pointed another. Civil war was no longer a question of if, but when. King Daeron II was a capable and intelligent ruler, but he was deeply unpopular among certain factions. He favoured peace over war. He brought Dawn into the realm through marriage rather than conquest. Dornishmen held positions at court. Worse still, rumours spread that Daeron was not Aegon IV's true son at all, that he was the child of Aemon the Dragon Knight. There was no proof, but rumours do not need proof to be dangerous. To many lords, Daeron looked weak, foreign and compromised, while Daemon Blackfyre looked every inch a warrior king. Two half-brothers now stepped into the heart of the conflict. Aegon Rivers, known as Bittersteel, pronounced bit to steel, threw his full support behind Daemon Blackfyre. Fierce, proud, and driven by hatred, Bittersteel became the rebellion's loudest voice. Opposing him was Brynden Rivers, known as Bloodraven, pronounced Brynden, pale, calculating, and utterly loyal to Daeron II. What began as a political dispute now became deeply personal. These men did not merely fight for kings, they fought for pride, vengeance, and dominance. Eventually, Daemon Blackfyre took the crown in all but name. Lords across the Reach, the Riverlands, and the Stormlands declared for him. Many were drawn by his charisma, others by old grudges against Daeron's court. The rebellion framed itself as a return to old values, chivalry, strength, and traditional Targaryen rule. For a time, it seemed possible that Daemon might win. The war culminated at the Battle of the Redgrass Field. Daemon Blackfyre fought at the centre of the battle with his sons beside him, wielding Blackfyre itself. He cut down knights and banners alike, but Bloodraven had prepared. Hidden archers loosed volleys into the Blackfyre ranks. Daemon and his sons were struck down together, dying side by side. With Daemon dead, the rebellion collapsed. The field was red with blood, and with it, the hope of the Blackfyre cause at least for a time. Daeron II showed mercy to many rebels, but not all. Bittersteel escaped into exile, carrying Daemon's legacy with him. Across the narrow sea he founded the Golden Company, sworn to one day return and place a Blackfyre on the Iron Throne. Though defeated, the Blackfyre line survived. Their claim lingered like an open wound in Westerosi history. Rebellions would come again and again. The First Blackfyre Rebellion was not caused by ambition alone. It was born from favouritism, symbolism, rumour and resentment, carefully nurtured by a king who cared more about spite than stability. Daemon Blackfyre did not lose because he was unworthy. Daeron II did not win because he was beloved. The war happened because Westeros believes in blood, banners and blades, sometimes more than law itself. And once those forces are unleashed, they do not fade quietly into history. If you are interested in The Lord of the Rings or A Song of Ice and Fire, click one of the links on the screen to dive deeper into the lore. Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you next time.